Hello everyone, welcome to the Virtual Y. My name is Mike, and today we're doing 45 minutes of yoga. I hope that you have props handy, block, blanket, strap. They don't have to be official yoga supplies, but anything that sort of helps you. I always call out opportunities for using them. Sometimes it's going to help you if you're just getting started. Sometimes it's going to help you if you want to get a little deeper. All right, so both ways. We're going to begin today lying down. So go ahead and come all the way on back. Put your hands on your belly, and how about having a couple nice deep breaths? Connect with your sort of sense of inner self. All right, really have the intention when you begin your practice of placing yourself mentally and physically right here, right now. Keep moving a deeper breath. So you're feeling the belly inflate, and you're actually feeling maybe you're even using your abdomen to exhale and draw that navel down as well. Okay, inhale nice and deeply. Let every exhale be a letting go of whatever junk followed you in here today. Good. So really kind of creating this link between the body and the mind with the breath. Breath being our vital force. And if the breath has tension, the mind is going to have tension and the body's probably got tension. So that's why this is always a big tether for us. Okay, let's start to do a little mindful movement. When we inhale, I want you to clasp your hands, flex your feet, and give me a full body stretch overhead like so. And then when you exhale, bring it all back to the sides and relax the body. Inhale, clasp on the hands, flex the feet, full stretch. All right, exhale, let's just bring it on back and relax. Nice, give me another one of those, nice and long, really put some intention behind it to stretch and squeeze. All right, and then we're gonna do similar, but take the feet in for bridge, real close, and we're gonna inhale, arms up and hips up. And then exhale, come on down. So when you do this, time this, coordinate it. And when you come down, exhale, draw the belly button in so that the hips are the last thing down, all right? Inhale, the arms come up all the way onto the floor. Exhale, nice spinal massage even, thinking about it. Let's do one more. So our practice today is going to have a healthy amount of back bending in it. Let's hug the knees in, chin to chest, and give me a few rock and rolls. Hesitate at the top there. So you see I'm not throwing my legs around. This is all controlled by my core, right? And then let's flip front, where we'll continue a fair amount of back bends today. So if you have lower back issues, you're going to be careful with that. All right, let's do some basic cat-cow. So we inhale and we stretch our belly. And then you exhale, press back, tuck the belly in. And every time, come into a child's pose. Drop your forehead, drop your arms if you can. Pull on your hands, inhale forward. All right, exhale, push. So undulate the spine, please. Inhale, creating a nice curve one direction. And then the curve the other direction. One more time. Inhale, nice. And exhale. And then we're going to come on forward, all the way forward, and just give me a walk way far forward into a plank so that you are forced to actually use your belly. Now, if you look like this, you're really not using much core strength. You got to kind of drop, what I'll say is you got to drop those hips artificially low and then squeeze your belly, your navel, and then bring it up just a little bit. So you'll know you're using that abdominal wall to hold that long plank, all right? Good. With practice, you get to know what it feels like. And we're gonna lower ourselves down to the floor. Let's do a little bit of a cobra flow here. Start nice and low with the hands under the shoulders, elbows tucked in, and inhale, tuck those shoulders back and rise up a little bit, and exhale, release. So let's have active legs back there. Inhale, helping to counterbalance your weight. Exhale. And now maybe each time, inhale, you can get, a few millimeters higher. Remember, it's still warm up though. We don't want to overtax the back. And anytime we're doing this stuff, let's just go ahead and hold one then. Anytime we're working the low back, we're doing it with the navel up and engaged fully, okay, to support that. Nice. Okay, from here we're gonna take a down dog. So an option for a down dog is a puppy, hips here and walk out. You'll feel the work in the shoulders, otherwise tuck the toes. Make a full impression of your hands in the mat, okay? Think about the Play-Doh. Making a Play-Doh impression of your hands, and you wanna see the whole hand once you lift it, all right? So you're gonna feel the wrist bear most of the weight, but you still wanna distribute that. Inhale, lift your hips and belly button. Exhale, heels get heavy, maybe the thighs press to the back of the room. Good, your eye gaze is kind of towards your knees. Beautiful. All right, let's move on. Take an inhale, look to your hands. Start your exhale. Then you're gonna walk. Some people like to float up, that's fine. And just maybe give me a sway here. All right, sway the back out. Let the head be super heavy. Good. And then just find center for a moment. Bend your knees, gather your arms up wide, and then find a Tadasana. So Tadasana pose is just mountain. What could be more stable than a mountain, right? Press down to lift up. We're gonna do just similar to what we just did lying down, clasp and come on up overhead. All right, and then hold that, give a full body stretch, and see if you can come up onto your toes as well. Oh my goodness. A lot of small muscles working in there, not necessarily the most natural thing. And we're just warming up too. Okay, let's go ahead and bring that back down, and we're gonna do a chair flow. Feet are right under the hips. Inhale on up. Exhale, you're gonna sit down until you can brush the floor, if you can, and then inhale, find a chair. All right, exhale, then you freeze it or deepen it. Inhale, press up, and exhale, Tadasana again. So every time we inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, and come on forward. Good. Inhale, hold the chair, and then squeeze or deepen that. Inhale, rise. Again, lift the heart. Exhale, Tadasana. One more time. Inhale, tiny back bend there. Exhale, forward, sitting into that chair. Inhale there, sit a little bit deeper. Good, inhale, lift, and then Tadasana. So we're gonna take that and we're gonna learn a different sun salute that involves that chair salute at the end. So begin the same, come on up overhead, and then exhale, forward fold. Now from here, you lunge your right foot back, and you can keep the toes tucked if you want, and come on up into a kneeling lunge. All right, we will kind of examine this the first time through. Lift on up, press on down. Good. Then you're gonna frame your front foot and step into forward fold. Inhale and reach behind you, grab your opposite arm. Inhale then to halfway lift while you've got that bind. So a halfway lift means my back comes out nice and long. Then exhale, forward fold, keeping the bind. Now, you let the hands go and you swing into chair like we did before. Exhale, deepen. Okay, inhale up and exhale, Tadasana. Okay, let's get the other side. Inhale, rise. Exhale, big forward fold. Lunging the left foot back. Inhale, and we're gonna go ahead and take a moment here to equal out this side. So make sure that everything feels stable in the floor of your foot and your back leg, pressing down to lift up. Frame the front foot and step into forward fold, reaching behind you to grab opposite arm. Inhale to halfway lift, really draw the belly button up, and exhale, forward fold, and then draw it up again. Let it go, inhale, and exhale, sit. Good, inhale, and Tadasana. One more time, inhale, come on up, lift your heart. Forward fold as we come down. Right foot lunges back. Inhale, and let's have an exhale here as well. Okay, inhale, frame. Exhale, step into forward fold, reach behind. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Let the arms go and come into chair. So a very different flow today. Exhale. We don't go down, inhale to our, down dogs and chaturanga dandasanas. We got to get the other side. Inhale to even out. All right, forward fold, come down. Inhale, left foot comes back for the lunge. And give me an exhale there too. All right. Inhale, frame. Last time, step in. Exhale, grab behind you. Now inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Let's swing that up into chair. Last time. Exhale, deeper. Inhale, press. And exhale, Tadasana. All right. Beautiful. All right, now that we warmed that chair up, I'd like to take it for what it's worth. You can have a chair where you have sort of a light sit. You could go as much as 90 degrees. Arms out is going to be more core work. Arms up is going to be more shoulder work. All right. So where do you want to be? Where do you need to be? Not want. All right. Oh, I need those bellies in and in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Good. Persevere. Let's inhale. And Tadasana. All right. Orient yourself towards the front if you're not. And you're going to step your left foot back. Step it back for warrior one, and we're going to flow that. So today, I'm going to do this version. Inhale, come on up. And exhale, bend your leg and bring your hands to touch your thumbs, touch heart center. Now, when you inhale, lift your heart again. And as you exhale, bow forward like so. Okay? So inhale, sweep up. Exhale, bring the hands down to touch the heart. Inhale, lift the heart to the hands. Exhale forward and get deep into that leg. Inhale. Good. If you need to, exhale, come down. If you need to, straighten the front leg for a moment. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale. This will be the last one. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, so you feel the extra back bend there. Inhale, lift. And exhale. Good. Let's go ahead and come on out and windmill finding our triangle. So you might want feet on two different lanes. Super steady, knee and toe off the front of the mat, yeah? And then reach literally till you can't reach anymore. Hand might come down onto the thigh, shine up. Use all your strength. More strength here, all right, middle of the road. More grounded here. And I'm gonna grab my block as well because I want it for what's next. You could also use it for your triangle, yeah? Good. Okay, so if you have a block, and I hope you do, let's grab it and pick it up, put it in the left hand. We're gonna do revolved triangle. So what I do is I kind of pretend like I'm throwing a ball right there, and I'm pivoting everything, hips and shoulders, and eventually that's gonna come down and make it right under my shoulder. Now, you can watch me, I'm gonna be twisting away from you, twist away, revolve triangle. Shine that arm up, stack your shoulders if possible, draw that right hip back, press into that back foot. Beautiful, big twist. A gentler version of this would be to stay up on the leg, now I tell you, and then look away. Look into the twist. Okay. Let's do this. Bring both hands down. I want you to creep in. You have an option here. You can do 3-point stance where you stand on that right leg and just play with lifting. You could do it on the floor. All right. Or keep going into more like the standing splits. So your arm comes and, finds your leg, draws you deeper into it. But all of this is okay too, just playing with lifting that foot back there. Good, good. All right, let's go ahead, put that foot down and stand up safely, and then step to come wide. Come wide and give me a good distance here. Good wrist distance, wide, all right? Inhale, come on up, and then exhale. I wanna do any wide-legged fold that is good for you today. A serious hold, so maybe you like the block if you feel really tight. Otherwise, I'd like you to maybe start dropping into this more to give the feel of being upside down. Your feet have to be sticky. Walk your hands back, all right? And, draw your weight a little bit forward so that not all your weight is in your heels. You wanna feel some in your balls of your feet. Drop the head. Now, over time, some yogis find that, if you got even wider feet, you can bring your arms to the floor, and it becomes very much like the inversions that we do, like our headstand. All right? You can play with that feeling of being upside down. Also, relax wherever you're at. Please don't hold tension. Breathe. All right. Let's go ahead and inhale, come back out, knees bent, and rise, and then maybe heel toe in. Okay. So what I want to do next is a balance pose. Today we're going to do dancer. So I like to put all your weight in your right foot. Just really get that. You're going to take your left arm around and find your back ankle there. Now this could be where you stay. If you want, you're going to add more of the dancer element, which is as you creep forward, you kick back. All right? Navel in and up for support. Big back bend. Oh my goodness, yes. Let's go ahead, inhale, come on up. And exhale, find your way to the top. And I want you to come to down dog, all right? Up. Or if you are wanting a break, please feel free to take child's pose. But, you know, as you become more familiar with your poses, I'd love it if down dog became more comfortable in general. It's a place you can kind of hang out without having to overexert. Okay, again, pressing into the earth to lift the hips and drawing the belly up and in. Good. Well, we are getting ready to do the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to lunge your left foot forward. All right. Put your back heel down and then come on up. And just so that I'm better visible, I'm going to turn. All right. Warrior two. One. Warrior one. Second side. Press down. And this one is a flow. So we start up. You could even start with the legs straight. And then you exhale, come on down to the heart. Okay? Inhale, lift. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale if you want to, straighten that leg. Exhale, come on down, deepen the leg. Inhale, then lift the heart. Exhale. We got two more of those. Inhale, keep the leg bent if possible. Exhale. Make sure your back knee feels okay. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, come on up. Good. Exhale. Whew, that's a long time for that, I know. Lift and surrender. Okay, let's go ahead and straighten that and bring it on out to our triangle. Set up, knee and toe, stays out there. Go as far out as you can before you stop. Some of us will like to put the hand on the shin. Some of us like practicing the strength building part of this, where you have the hand off of it, all right? And or out. A lot of ways to do it. Or, you know, that block, I don't know, for me, the block actually is lower. It's lower to the floor, so it helps me try to practice more deeply. You can absolutely have wider feet, but you see at no time am I just kind of going blah. People think that in this pose, the goal is to get down here, is to reach the foot or reach the floor. No, right? Get rid of that thinking. This is all strength. Look at how much strength it takes to hold yourself out there. Okay, let's go ahead, come back on up, and you're gonna put this in the right hand, and then start doing some test throws, okay? You might want to adjust your back foot. Good. And on up and over. Then we're finding our reverse triangle. So push that left hip back, twist on into it, draw the navel in as you twist, look into the twist. Both feet should be flat. So I see a lot of people just try to contort themselves. This does not have to be about contortion. I could be up here and turn a little bit. But if that foot is up in the back, I don't want that. I want stability. Move it. Move it and make it stick. Okay. Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna do the 3-point stance. Just kind of come back in, loosen up a little bit. 3-point stance if you want. Put your hands down and kick that other back foot up again. And if you like, you can be more of a standing splits. Drawing yourself more nose to knee. Good, as the leg goes up, the body drops. All right, let's bring that foot back down and rise. Find your Tadasana. And then we're gonna, instead of doing the other wide-legged fold again, I'm going to just move on to the balance. So make sure that those legs aren't feeling all overexerted. You're gonna go and do your left side. Put all your weight into it, okay? Establish your kind of inner tree, and then find your back ankle. You wanna have a really open shoulder there, okay? Inhale up, exhale, start going a little, or maybe more. The more you get open in the shoulder and in the back, the bigger this looks. Eyes on one point. All right, let's rise and set it down. All right, nice. We are gonna move on. I want you to return back to down dog or child's pose for a moment. Step back. And we're gonna prepare for what's next. So the thing that is immediately next, we're gonna have our knees down. So if you need extra padding, just make sure that's there. So let's go ahead and put the knees down. You could use an extra blanket or double up your mat. But I want to leave my right foot forward and come on up into a, kind of like this 90 degrees. Look at, so it's not this, it's not this. It's good 90 to 90, 90. Knee is under my hip, all right? And then maybe put your right hand on your hip, lift on up through the left. And then I want you to lift your heart. So this is a kneeling one-sided camel. And arc back any amount. And you could even shift your other hand to sort of more behind you and support that lift. Squeeze your belly, please. Lift, lift. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and come out of that for a sec. And then we're gonna shift backwards. So you might wanna shift that heel out in front of you and give a big inner thigh, or I mean, hamstring stretch, okay? So if this stuff really does bother your knee and you need a break, well, it's pretty much just as simple as choosing to take a one-legged stretch here. Same stretch. No knee. But shift back, you know, and you can wiggle around this a little bit too. But you ultimately want the longest leg possible, and those hips pointing back and the toes coming back. All right, getting really nice and deep into that and breathing. As you become more experienced, you breathe deeply the whole time. Smooth, all right? Smooth, well, I should say, you know, when you're getting warm, the depth gets a little challenged, but it's always smooth and even. Fast or slow, all right? Good. Okay, so we are gonna do a pigeon as well. So come on forward, and what you do is you can tuck this foot under you, tuck the leg under you. So you have your right knee by your right hand, and here's what I do. I keep my foot, you know, roughly by my groin, and then slide that back one back as far as it'll go, and then tip your block. Some people, you'll see this pose with this foot underneath you coming way far forward. That is only for people who have done the work to open this hip. You know, stay real gentle with it, and then hold, or you can go Sphinx, or you can relax, all right? If this is very bad for your knees, you're gonna roll onto your back and give me the pigeon this way. Same stretch, okay? So we're gonna do pigeon two ways here today too. Just go ahead and surrender. This one too, I kind of like to remind myself to do some movement, but you want to take care. When we flow, it's with the breath. And when we move, it's mindful, it's not fidgeting, all right? So I'm not just gonna sit here this whole time and, everything we're doing here ladders up to peace of mind. So that at no point are we doing things mindlessly, okay? All right, and then I wanna walk up and just give myself one moment in a nice back bend pigeon. This is the classic version. So go ahead and lift, drop your shoulders back, lift your heart, squeeze your glutes lightly, not death squeeze, and your abdomen a little bit. Good. One more breath. And then you can choose to either go through down dog or to child's pose. Perfectly okay to do child's pose with knees down and toes together. Otherwise, we're just gonna take another moment here to cleanse the palate before the other side. Okay, so we're gonna bring the left foot forward next, and we're gonna do our 90-degree angles. Take a look. Sometimes having a mirror at home helps. All right, take a look. Place your left hand behind you as a good brace and lift on up through the right. You could start by just lifting, and then as you feel strong and supported, lean back. Good breathing. So it gets real easy to start holding your breath on this stuff. Gotta remind yourself, smooth in, smooth out. Belly button on. Less if you need less. All right, and then let's go ahead, come on out of that. We're gonna do the other hamstring stretch. So probably putting my heel out further and sit back. All right, so you could do some flows if that was really tight for you. You could sit and do a single leg stretch there, but I'm gonna shift my hips back. All right, create length in that leg. And if you're sitting, that's kind of what the strap is for. Strap does many things, but it really helps us get deeper into leg stretches. Make sure you are commanding yourself to relax with the breath. Beautiful. Okay, we're gonna fold this like under us. Bring in the left knee to the left hand. Foot in your groin. Back foot goes back as far as it can. All right. Now, if you wanted to, you could stay up as high as you like. You don't have to get to the floor. It could be more like Sphinx. Come on down. Or drop to the forehead. And maybe some mindful motion around the hips, exploring where you can find new space. Great opportunity when you're facing the ground to let something go, have a sense of letting go, even making that intention. And here in the latter part of class, we're usually going to hold things for 5 to 10 breaths. That's where the work really happens, where the benefit happens. Let's come on up and do one of the lifted versions. So either palms or tenth the fingers, and we'll lift on up. Just feel a nice arc through the back, a nice arc. So that means that throughout, each vertebra turns just a little bit so that the whole back has a curve. Nice. And for a moment, I would like to recover from this. So let's go ahead and just swing around and give me a knee hug here for a moment, okay? Before we pick back up, because there's a couple other things I want to do for the low back. And I want to make sure that we maybe give this a massage for a sec. All right. Roll one way, roll the other way. Good. All right, so here is kind of gauntlet number 2. If you're, let's rock up. If your low back is feeling a little bit, worked out, then please modify. I'm gonna do a plank. Come to the hands and the feet, perhaps. All right, keep the booty low. If you want, it could be hands and knees. All right. I have my hands on the fists right here because it just gives the wrists a break. And those, they want to be under the shoulders. Draw the belly in, please. Draw the shoulder blades back. Reach into the crown and into the heels. Good. Whew. Fiery breath. It's still smooth. Right? Good, good, good. Knees down. Let's go ahead, come down onto our front. And then we're going to do a little bit of a locust flow. So I'd like you to start, energize your legs behind you, kind of pressing actively with the tops of the feet into the mat. And then bring them wide like a V shape, all right? Then you're going to start with your hands out like an A shape. So the whole body's kind of like an A. So that's our inhale. Now when we exhale, I want to bring my feet together and my arms to the side, okay? Then inhale, make the A shape. Exhale, bring it together. So when you make the A shape, you maybe bow. And as you come, it's kind of more like a T, all right? Squeeze, inhale. Exhale, lift away, inhale. And hold this one. If you need to, put the feet back down. So I'm squeezing my elbows towards my side and lifting them away from the floor. Beautiful. Squeeze the backside, squeeze your neck. Oh my gosh. And let's turn the face to the side, arms to the side, and rest. All right, just have that moment of rest. Have a breath. Take a really big breath into the belly. Let it go. And then pick your head up and look the other way and do the same thing. Have another breath that way. Deep. Good. All right. We're going to do a Sphinx next. So a Sphinx you can do with power or you can do more relaxed. So you start with your elbows right in front of your shoulders, any distance. And I kind of like the relaxed version. We've already done plenty of work. Let's do the relaxed version. But you probably already immediately feel the squeeze. You're squeezing and you're lifting. I want you to get rid of that. I want you to relax and let your shoulders melt, okay? And then I want you to let your glutes and your belly melt. Melt, melt, melt. No tension in the back whatsoever. Zero. Now, for those of us who have more flexibility, you can keep moving the elbows to go underneath the shoulders. But then again, if I moved, I want to re-relax. Let the shoulders literally just kind of sag down. No tension in the legs, all right? Let the belly be heavy. No squeeze in the glutes. And you could surrender the head if it felt okay. Otherwise, just kind of keep it neutral. And relax. This relaxed state where you don't have to use any muscles to feel that nice open bend. So I always do the relaxed version of this because the active version really just looks like a cobra, which we do all the time anyway. Okay. All right, let's go ahead. Have some strength, press yourself up, and return back onto your back. Okay, for a couple things, I'd like to just give me one more nice knee hug and roll it out. And then we're going to do a bridge as well. So if you, where's my lock? Right here. If you would like to do a restorative bridge, bring your feet in, okay? And you're just gonna put that block under there. And again, just feel the support. That's a very restorative way. Now, if you would like to practice an energetic bridge for a moment, maybe start with the block there so you can return to it. Dig the elbows in, hands up, lift the hips, and tuck the shoulders under you. And then give a nice squeeze. And then, whenever you are feeling ready to be done with bridge, you can drop the hips onto the block, okay? Maybe let my shoulders go, and then come on down. You want the block, FYI, you gotta experiment. There's a sweet spot where it feels balanced, all right? And where it's not, where it's under your hips, the bone of the hips, and not digging into any vertebra, right? Again, the arc that cascades down off those hips, down onto the floor, should look long and beautiful. Good breath. All right, let's go ahead and remove that block, one vertebra at a time down. And we're gonna do a seated twist, so rock up. Come on up. If it helps you, sit up on a blanket or something if you feel tight. I like to show it so you know. All right, here we are, sit on up. And I just want you to sit cross-legged today. Now, I got a couple options for you for this seated twist. Sit at the edge, tall. Inhale. Option number one is to just bring the left hand across the right and just open and use this as a way of twisting yourself forward, okay? If you want something a little bit bigger, inhale here, bring your hands down your midline, sit forward, and bring your elbow across your knee. Cross your knee, all right, and then press into it. Maybe you need to help it a little bit. So you want the spine to stay nice and long. Or basic right here. Looking back, maintaining length in the spine. All right, let's gently come back to the center. And just bring your legs out in front of you for a moment. Inhale, come on up, and exhale. And just kind of give me a moment here where you pedal. Forward fold. Good, and then drag the hands back and give me a moment where you just let the heart lift. It doesn't have to be a serious back bend, just a nice open, all right? Good, so which side did you have crossed? Make sure you cross the other way, all right? Simplest version is to inhale on up and then twist to the left side, the right hand crossing over that knee, and then come on up. Now, if you've got good flexibility, you can bring that elbow across and lift, but that's a pretty big twist, all right? And don't crank into it, never crank a twist. I'm here to tell you, nothing good comes of it. Your spine is going to twist as far as it's going to twist today, and you know, no amount of torque is gonna help that. Let yourself progress naturally. All right, let's inhale and look front again. And then let's just do one thing, lying down, all right? So come on down, and we're gonna do just some real basic bicycles. So what you do is you hug your right knee in and you kick your left away. So when you do this, I'm actually squeezing it in and stretching my inner thighs, okay? Inhale, change. Exhale, pull the left in and kick the right away. All right? Inhale, change. Exhale, inhale, change. Exhale, stretch. So it's a slow one. Inhale, use control. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, change. Exhale. Good. I'm gonna do this a few times. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Good. One more round. Right knee in. Left knee, oh, good. And then just hug these in again. Now this time, just give me a hug that you don't move. Notice the difference. So we a lot of times will tell you to come here and, and do some motion, but really this is a classic pose of letting go, compressing the belly, and you are assisting your digestive process, adding some fire. So feel yourself breathe against those legs, and don't be afraid to give it a good hug, right? Good. And the last thing we're gonna do, we'll do a butterfly but lying down. So if you're able to, clasp your hands and come around. And if you can do this and keep your head and shoulders down, that's what I want. So I would rather you don't have your head up. But if you can't make your head come down, let's just take that butterfly to the floor, okay? And maybe put your hands on your inner thigh. Smooth it out. This is gonna be your last pose, so make sure that you are putting on the brakes, taking the off ramp. Let this longer hold take hold. Even though you're feeling a big stretch, where can you relax? I like that good exhale out through the mouth every once in a while. It's such a good reminder to relax. Now, you're always going to hear me talk about how all of this ladders up to a mental game. Put your feet down wide and your knees tipped together. Now, don't skip rest. I'm gonna challenge you, don't go turning that off and skip rest. Put your knees together, put your hands back on your belly. It's not optional, okay? So if you are a person who treats it as optional, I want you to never do it again, okay? Make your breath effortless. Here's why. Because this is yoga. If you just come in here and do all of the exercises, that is great. But yoga is all about achieving the state of yoga, which you might describe as peacefulness. So it doesn't matter how hard you're working, the mental discipline is the primary end. And so here is where we take everything we've done, we channel ourselves towards stillness, and we enjoy the stillness of mind and the relative smooth and stillness of breath and body, and feel that continuity for a moment. Shavasana really is the counterbalance to all the activity and heat. And if it feels silly or superfluous or a waste of time, I challenge you. Force yourself, because the fabric of your mind can only change and become more mindful and achieve stillness more easily with practice. You have to practice it. Otherwise, we're burning ourselves out 24/7. Everything here effortless while you just watch your thoughts. You know that to-do list is going to be there when you're done regardless, right? Beautiful. Let's go ahead, take your right arm overhead and turn onto your side. You can, of course, stay in Shavasana for any amount of time. It's not a nap, all right? Let's come on up, it's conscious rest, and we'll close mindfully too, all right? Let's have our hands to heart center, Anjali Mudra. Touch the thumbs to heart center. Let the chin bow. All right, namaste, everyone. Please practice again. You know, favorite, put these in your lists if they offered you a good challenge, and get better at some of the exercises with, again, regular practice. And I'll see you again next week. Remember that the virtual Y is $9.99 a month if you're streaming with us on social media. And you get access to every class we've ever done. It's all available on demand, lots of stuff. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.
I'm Sarah, and this is Cardio Dance. Are you guys ready to work out? Let's do it.
That's where we want to go.
Last 10 seconds. I'm right here with you. Let's do it.
Welcome to the Y. My name is Erin.
I'm Jennifer. My name is Linda.
My name is Tommy, and today we're going to do a quick step routine.
We feeling like we can conquer the world today?
I wish you all could smell it. It smells so good.
Time. We get stronger in my world. We're going to do it again.
We'll see you again. Keep working hard. You did awesome.